Hello, peeps. Welcome to another episode of Boundless. In this episode, I am actually going to be redoing a recording I did just recently, but the recording was corrupted for some reason. So I am redoing it again, and what I'm doing is working on using the forge for the first time. So, since our last episode, I've been working on getting power for our forge, and if I look in this workbench, I'm up to 10 compact amethysts. So I need to get some more amethysts. I don't know. I think I have a few extra left yet. I have 18 left, so I need to get 62 more to make one more batch, because I want to, right now if I want, I could make at least 10 power coils for our forge. So I could do 2 bulk batches with the 10 compact amethysts that I have. Will give us 10. But if I go out and collect 62 more amethysts, rough amethysts, and make another batch of bulk batch of compact amethysts, it'll give me enough to make a mass batch of these power coils, and that'll give us 25. So I think that's a better idea to do. It's what we did for our workbench power coils, is we waited till we had enough compact diamonds to do a mass batch. So and then also need to get started on getting power coils for our extractor, and this will be the next thing that I power up, because really for forging you want to be able to get this pure boon compound 2, because this adds up to 200 boon points depending on your effectiveness, and then but you need power to be able to make this pure boon compound 2. So this is the goal. My next goal is I got to complete the goal of powering up our forge first, but that'll be the next machine that we power up. After that will be the extractor. I made a batch of titanium hammers, so I think what I'm going to do this episode is I want to make a loot magnet, and I want to try forging a couple of titanium hammers. I'm not going to do all of them because I don't have that pure boon 2. I won't be able to get a full, I highly doubt I'll be able to get a full 3x3 AoE on one of these hammers, and that's what I would really want. But if I could get one of these hammers to get a 1x3 AoE would be awesome. So we're gonna try it, and then here's the first hammers and stuff that I did. So if you see at this one I forged in, it's got a plus 170 damage, plus 20 critical effect, and a plus 40 rank. I'm not sure what the rank means necessarily yet, but you see our damage is up to 870. So basically they just hit harder than a normal hammer. I did manage to get some AoE shovels. So this does less damage, but it does damage horizontal adjacent. So it hits the blocks, one on each side of the block you're aiming at. So and then I did try to get a color changing, a transmutation chisel, but all we ended up getting was some chisels that have some really high durability. So let's switch over. I did make a alt to use specifically for forging, and to get the maximum skill points that you can get that are possible that affect forging, you need to level your character up to level 17. So if you look, my character I just hit 17 a little bit ago, and these are the skills you want for a dedicated forger. So once you have like a crafter, once you get any character that you have basically 34 additional skills, you can make that character into a forging character. Now some of these skills are going to be overlapped with some of your other characters anyway, so like power and attribute bonus, those are two skills that most people take anyway, so that's 13 less skills out of the 34 that you would need. But you want 8 out of 8 for vitality, which this gives you additional stability in the center forge. You want 8 out of 8 for power, which gives you additional vigor in the center forge. You want 8 out of 8 in intelligence, which increases your effectiveness in the forge. And then, of course, your attributes bonus affects all of these other attributes that you're trying to raise. And then down in the middle of Epic 2 section, you want Forging Epic, which increases the flexibility of the gear. And then also gives 2 extra slots. So if we go over here, did I leave? I left the stuff that I wanted to forge on my other character, didn't I? Well, I can grab. Maybe we'll make 2. We'll try to make 2 of each. So I've been making a lot of the ingredients needed. I did go out and buy quite a bit, but I did make a lot. As you can see, I have 709 of this pure boon compound 1. So this is what our center forge looks like, and I've kind of, after running some through the other night, I kind of learned a little bit more about it, watching videos and stuff. So one thing with the center forge is a center forge can't, in your ingredients deck, you can't place smart stacks in there. So if you look, we got a smart stack of pure boon compound 1. If we try to put this into our deck here, it'll just kick it right back out. It can't take it. So what you have to do is you have to separate out the stacks that you want in there. So we're going to put two stacks of 100 to make sure that we have enough pure boon compound in there. We'll run out of stability before we ever use up that much pure boon. At least I think so. We might want to. I haven't tried forging any titanium stuff, so we might want to bump that up a little bit just to make sure we have the correct stuff. So first things I want to do is, if you look at our axe, you see our flexibility is 60. So I believe with our skill point, when we put this into here, it should increase that to 80, I believe. But we're going to work on getting a loot magnet first. And I wanted to use a shovel. A wood tool is probably a good option to start with 2 because that has a higher flexibility. But I want to do a iron axe, so then that way I can eliminate one inventory slot on my main, because I almost always have axes with me, and I could just have that axe sitting in the stack with the other items instead of my totem, because right now I run around with the totem in my hand, and I usually use a totem to smack corpse to be able to loot them. So we have our ingredients in our deck, and we have our items that we want to forge. One thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you have enough setting resin for the amount of items you are forging. So we're going to begin forging now. So if you look, our stability is at 1800, our vigor is at 1800. And does this say, it still doesn't say like increased flexibility on that. But we want to utilize our special gum. So what we want to do is get this up to a +4, at least a +4 to start. Now this doesn't affect your stability. This is out of your vigor. So we need to do this 4 times to increase our chance of getting a special trait. Alright, so we have that up to 4. We could take that up higher to make sure that we got more, but that's a pretty good starting place. So then we just need to put our pure boon compound 1 in here, and preferably we'd want 2 because compound 2 because 2 gives you double the amount of boon points. We're at, I believe we were at, well, we're as efficient as we can be without having, or not efficient, effective as we can be without having power to the center forge, which would increase our effectiveness by adding power to it. So we're running at 84% effectiveness. So as we activate this will power up our boon points, and then our RNG slider will start going up and down, and you need this to land inside of the colored area. So that was a miss because it didn't land inside the colored area. So each time you use, each round that you do will increase your boon points, but it'll lower your stability. There is other compounds that you can use, but they give you quirks and defects. And I've looked at the possibility of utilizing some of those compounds, but I think it's just going to be better just to get power to our. All right, so we got the low blow boon. So it damages the block below what you're aiming at. And it's almost unfortunate that we got that, because it would have been better to get the loot magnet auto corpse thing right away. Alright, so now we have the magnetic collector boon, and it's already almost maxed out, so this will be good. We should be able to get this leveled up enough to get it to take. So right now these axes don't have this boon yet, because this needs to get charged all the way up and fill up that bar. And once that bar is filled up, this will color in, and then that trait will be applied to the axes or whatever equipment you're forging. All right, so we did get it. Awesome. So we'll have our magnetic collector boon, and we also have the low blow boon, which I don't plan on utilizing the tool. I just want to be able to carry it with me. We might as well go ahead and try to. I don't know if we'll get enough points to power this up into. So as you power this up, this is just, I believe, level 1. As you power it up, it increases the range. So we might as well, we have a little bit more stability left, so we might as well see if we can't get another hit and see how much points it'll give us. Well, I'll put it into the low blow boon. Yeah, we have enough. We have a lot of this pure boon compound 1 that we need to use up before we start getting into pure boon 2. So we might as well use up our stability. Now each time you use one of these, I don't remember. I thought there was a way of seeing, I think there's a way of seeing like how much stability is going to be used per attempt. But I don't see it. Well, I think we can get 2 more. So that took 101 out of our stability. And that took 106. Hopefully this hits. Well, it did hit. And it did put points into there, but not enough. I don't want to chance it, because if you deplete all of your stability, you'll lose your items. So we will put our setting resin in, and we will activate this, which will set these boons into there, and then it moves the item into your queue. So in 20 minutes we'll have our auto loot axes that we can help free up a inventory slot, and then this will make it so when we run around hunting, we can equip the axe in one hand and our weapon in the other hand, and we'll be able to auto harvest. Plus we'll be able to harvest from 4 meters away instead of 2 meters away, so from 4 blocks away. So now we're going to, let's play around with, let's just do 1. So now on a titanium hammer, our effectiveness is only at 68, where if you look at like on here, we're at 84. But if you look at a titanium balanced hammer, only has a flexibility of 40. So what we want on here is, obviously we want to try to get the AoE, which comes from your special. So I want to bump this up. I'm actually going to bump this one up to 5, just because maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just stop at 4. I don't think it makes that big of a difference. Now, ideally, I would like to like put some durability under by putting some longevity gum in there. But any additional like trait slots that I add in here for increased traits will fill up the boon bar, which then that gives us less chance of being able to complete all of the boons. So for the sake of this one balanced titanium balanced hammer, I'm just going to try to get the AoE effect. And hopefully with any luck, we'll be able to get it. Wow, we hit right away. Oh, we got a... Well, this could be good too, though. We got the AoE, side-to-side AoE. So it hits from one on each side of the block. So as long as all of our... If we don't get another potential trait and all of our points go into here, we should be able to get this. So we'll have an AoE titanium hammer, which will be awesome. This could be good for us. This will help. This would help get us some gems quicker. So I was just waiting for just basically continue to click through this until you power up your boon bar and you get a hit on the slider. Wow, that was a high hit, but we didn't have enough boon points in there. Okay, it did. So we got a hit there, and I feel like we got lucky because it actually filled points into the boon points for our flanker's force boon. It didn't give us another potential trait, which it could have. Oh, let's see like that gave us almost gave us a full loot magnet one. Now we have two traits to compete against each other for the points that we're gonna get, and we only have probably seven more tries. Whoa. We have a second loot magnet. Would be really nice to get this AoE. Would be really, really, really nice. Oh, I put it into the... We're gonna end up having just a fancy titanium loot magnet. Oh, that was a close miss. Now we have probably 2 more tries to fill up this bar. Oh, we have one more try. Hopefully it doesn't max it out. So we use it right down to 7. And hopefully we get a hit on this one and it gives us enough to get that. And we had a miss. That sucked. So this is the this is RNG for you for trying to run the Centriforge. We ended up that was the first potential trait that we could have gotten on here, and we ended up not even getting it filled up to actually apply it to the. So let's activate that one, and so in 10 minutes we'll get an AoE hammer, I guess. Or not an AoE hammer, an auto loot hammer. So that is going to do it for this episode. I think I will mess around one more try with this other titanium hammer and see if I could get lucky with that. Otherwise, I will talk to everybody later. Hit the like button if you liked what you saw, and subscribe if you want to see more content. And I will talk to everybody later. See ya.